Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Opposition says third local monkeypox case indicates more cases are going undetected. Opposition spokesman on health Dr. Maurice Guy says the confirmation of a third locally transmitted case of monkeypox shows that there are some cases in the population that remained undetected. The health ministry revealed that Jamaica recorded a fifth monkeypox case last week. It said the patient is a male from Kingston and St. Andrew. St. James, St. Elizabeth, and Clarendon have also recorded cases of the virus. The ministry said it was conducting contact tracing in an effort to prevent further spread. Speaking with reporters, Dr. Guy said a third locally transmitted case means that some cases are not being identified.
Basically tell us as a country is that there are cases circulating in the population which have remained undetected. And it is very possible that people may have monkeypox and are not coming forth and are hoping that they will ride through the particular condition, but at the same time, they are spreading it to others. So I think now we have to think about the majority of Jamaicans who are at risk as opposed to the selfish concerns of some who may have it and not coming forth. It is important that the public health officials try and pinpoint this. Despite the fact that we only had one additional case to have recovered, the truth is that Jamaica's borders are basically open to foreigners. And I would still urge caution to our Jamaican people and also to advise them that at the first sign of any symptoms, any fever, headache, rash, that they present themselves to the health authorities. It is also important, even though we are seeing low numbers, to obey the protocols as it relates to protecting yourself, wearing your mask, trying to avoid the mass crowds, because we're not out of the woods yet.
CMOC re-engages stakeholders. Stakeholders regarding the 2020 National Consensus on Crime, including representatives of Prime Minister Andrew Holness and leader of the opposition Mark Golden, met on August 17 to advance their monitoring and oversight. The Crime Monitoring and Oversight Committee, CMOC, in a release Monday, said that during the well-attended meeting, Senator Peter Bunting of the opposition People's National Party reaffirmed his party's continued commitment to the mission of the CMOC, pointing to his recent statement on the importance of the role it is expected to play in ensuring consensus on key matters. Senator Bunting also emphasized that the CMOC must maintain its independence and objectivity when identifying meaningful key performance index that are crucial to attaining the primary objective of reducing crime, violence, and corruption. According to the release, the chairman provided an update from the meeting held between a CMOC subcommittee and the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Strong, at which the minister committed to working to strengthen the CMOC's framework with more focused and measurable indicators identified from the government's policies and plans. CMOC members, added the release, voiced their appreciation for the ministry's posture and engaged in a robust discussion regarding an approach to strengthening and deepening the Oversight Committee's mission. The meeting, meanwhile, decided to revisit the original agreement and go beyond the medium to long-term deliverables by taking a focus on more granular and immediate short-term measures that will provide more and faster crime reduction, the aim being to identify a new set of priorities for the stakeholders to rally around in a summit to be scheduled. Over the next several weeks, the CMOC said it will further its mission by hosting a series of meetings to expand on the approaches used in the fight against crime and to carry out the mandate of attaining a sustainable reduction in crime, violence, and corruption. The CMOC, established in 2020, is an independent body comprising non-partisan stakeholders from the private sector, civil society, academia, along with representatives of the political directorate, with a mandate to agree on programs which can help to decrease crime. Family accuses police of murder. Slain man was on radar as criminal. The family of a Kingston carrier who was fatally shot on Marcus Garvey Drive Friday is accusing the police of killing the 21-year-old in cold blood and is demanding justice. Shamar Stewart of Almonton, Kingston 4, was killed a day before a big cookout he was planning in his community. According to the police corporate communications unit, Stewart was killed during an alleged confrontation with the police, and a .38 revolver containing 338 cartridges was seized after the shooting. A video of what is believed to be the shooting incident shows a man in a blue shirt with an identification card hanging around his neck firing several shots in the culvert. Grieving relatives at Stewart's home said Sunday that they were struggling to cope with his death and questioned the manner in which he was killed. "That are the part where grieve me the most," said his aunt. Sharon Rowe stated that "I no shootout that a murder, me no think somebody deserves so much shot. Worse, me no see me the video a fire back." However, head of the Kingston Central Police Division Superintendent Beresford Williams said that Stewart had been on the law enforcement's radar for robberies and shootings. "In June, we picked him up for questioning for a robbery, but he was released without charge," Williams stated. A teary-eyed Donna Fartner demanded to know why the police could not have arrested her son. "If him really involved in a criminal activity, him know him couldn't come to me and say that," Fartner said. Rowe, however, said that it is rumored that Stewart was involved in a robbery. At the same time, she disclosed that her nephew was recently picked up by the police and that a woman had accused him of stealing a phone. The mother of three, who was rushed to hospital on Saturday after the video, recalled that on the day of her son's death, she had sensed that something was wrong. According to the mother, her son was a very loving person who had a soft spot for the elderly. She said prior to his death, they were both planning to open a restaurant later this year. 2 fundraising cookouts were planned, one scheduled for Saturday and another for his birthday in November. The fatal incident is being investigated by the Inspectorate and Professional Standard Oversight Bureau and the Independent Commission of Investigations. Teen charge following carjacking incident in Manchester. A Manchester teenager has been charged with kidnapping and several gun-related crimes following an incident in the parish last month. He is 18-year-old John Hamilton, otherwise called Digi, of Newhall District, Manchester. The Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit (CCU) says he was charged on Sunday with kidnapping, shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. The police say about 5:30 p.m. on July 25th, a woman was driving home from work when Hamilton and another man, Jermaine Robinson, otherwise called Chubby, drove into the back of her vehicle along New Greenwood in Mandeville. They reportedly demanded that she exited the vehicle. The CCU says one of the men then brandished a handgun and ordered the woman back inside the vehicle, and she complied. The men were afterwards intercepted by the police, whom they engaged in a gun battle during which Robinson was shot to death. Hamilton turned himself in with his lawyer and was pointed out during an identification parade. The woman was not hurt. Retired teachers to be employed to fill shortage, Education Minister. With increasing worry that there could be a shortage of teachers at the start of the new school term on September 5th, dominating the news for the past few weeks, the Minister of Education and Youth, Favour Williams, has advised school principals that the Ministry of Finance and Public Service has granted approval for retired teachers and those who are on long leave to fill areas of specialization where schools are not able to fill adequate replacements. This approval was granted in response to a request from the Ministry of Education and Youth to allow locum tenens, that is, teachers being their own replacement. There are 1,877 teachers who applied for and received vacation leave, retirement or study leave, Williams said in an early morning statement on Tuesday. She shared that the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, stated that while discussions continue to arrive at the best solution for the long term, the following short-term measures are approved for implementation. Existing teachers to be able to serve as locum tenens while vacation leave is either their existing institution or in another institution of employment. During these periods of engagement, the teachers' compensation are to be based on the existing guidelines for the payment of locum tenens. Retired teachers to be utilized in areas of specialization or to be re-engaged on a contractual basis only. The rate of payment is to be determined based on the position to be filled and not on the qualification of the retired teacher to be engaged. For existing teachers, this approval is conditional on the understanding and acceptance that teachers will not earn or accumulate vacation leave for any period served teaching while on vacation leave whereas their own local tenants or otherwise. Williams welcomed the approval at the back-to-school meeting with over 900 principals who were being updated on distribution of desks and chairs, broadband connectivity of schools, textbooks, e-resources, and the Sixth Form Pathways program. 49 new cases, 2 deaths, 87 recoveries. Jamaica COVID-19 positivity rate stands at just under 17%. According to Health Ministry latest update, there is a positivity rate of 16.8%. There were 49 new cases of the virus. They come from 505 COVID-19 samples tested in the last 24 hours. The total number of positive cases in the island now stands at 149,763. There were 2 COVID-19 deaths reported. Meanwhile, there were 87 recoveries. 133 people are hospitalized with COVID, 24 are moderately ill, 8 are severely ill, and 5 considered critical. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.